I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for InvestmentPitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Angela Brasington, the CMO of Starchi. Angela, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for coming on today.
Hi, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive into the fun world of Starchi. I know your team's been working on this game for quite a while, and I would love to just start off by hearing a little bit about the game and all the functionalities and how it integrates into the blockchain world and brings innovative solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super exciting. We've been working on it for a little while now. So Starchi is a Tamagotchi-inspired GameFi saga for the play-to-earn generation. It's a rewarding game about the power of love and care and bringing humanity back to a positive place. So players must nurture their Starchi, help avoid extinction, and prepare them for friendly battle leagues. So very similar to the Tamagotchi, the original Tamagotchi of the 90s, where you had this little handheld egg pet that you had to keep alive. It's like that, but of course with amazing, generous play-to-earn rewards on top of that.
Definitely, and yeah, those Tamagotchis were addictive back in the 90s, and I do see the similarities, and I'm curious, obviously there's a lot has changed and we're digitizing a lot of this. Tamagotchis were back when there was like very little technology. How is your team looking at the virality of Starchi, making it popular for long periods of time to not lose its effect and make it as viral as Tamagotchis were back then?
Yeah, that's a great question. So everything that we're doing is with a long-term mindset involved. We actually are looking to bring work to underprivileged countries, to gamers all over the world by this play-to-earn game. This play-to-earn revolution has been shifting, I think, in general, the space. But with Starchi, we went kind of above and beyond just your typical play-to-earn with this tremendous staking program that we just launched. Lots of opportunity to stake in multiple different scenarios to gain super rewards. And I'm talking major rewards, especially when you do some of the LP staking that we've got out there. And then on top of that, we're taking it a step further by doing something new that we're calling play for allocation. And you can actually stake your in-game rewards to participate in IDOs on Starter's platform. That's Starter.XYZ. And Starter actually incubated Starchi, the entire game. So it's our first GameFi game in this space right now.
Very cool. And yeah, I have used Starter as a launchpad. I know that they launch quality projects, and obviously there's a reason that you're partnered with them. So that's great to hear about the staking as well. I think that's a major factor in having a community, is having all of these launchpads launch different projects that are uniting together. And so that's really great to hear about Starter. Can you talk a little bit about how your team's been developing the game, where the game's at right now? I know that there's still more to come out.
Yeah, that's right. So we just had our IDO on Monday the 22nd. We had a dual IDO on Binance Smart Chain and Polygon, both sold out very quickly. Exciting times. And like I said, we just launched the staking platform. The MVP will be coming out just around the corner. We haven't announced the date yet, but if everyone follows Starchi announcements on Telegram, that's where we drop all the latest news. So as soon as the MVP is ready, we'll be getting beta testers on board and rolling this out to the masses.
Amazing. And you mentioned the staking there. I did look at it. It looks very appealing right now. I'm guessing that with more volume as well, it might the APYs could change. Can you talk a little bit about just how early on that is and the success, or how it's been going so far with just the launch of staking in a short while? And then moving into the game, is there other ways besides staking the coins that you're able to earn through your avatars?
Yeah, definitely. So the first part, the staking, we just launched it yesterday, and it's been really quite fascinating to see how quickly the entire startup community has been staking. And in multiple different of the platforms. If you go on to the staking platform on Starchi, it's really user-friendly. You can see all of the staking pools clearly defined. You can click on a details button, which breaks out and gives you everything that you need to know for your staking, including APY. The very interesting part, too, on Starchi staking is that we have liquid or locked staking. So liquid rewards are subject to a 5% burn fee when claimed. Whereas locked rewards are up to 10 times the multiple of liquid stakers.
Wow.
Based on the length of the lock, because you can last for up to 12 months. And then the longer locks obviously produce higher multiples, and there's no burn fee applied when rewards are claimed. So really a nice, interesting kind of change of the game here with this opportunity to do both. It allows us to connect with all of the investors, all of the community, to adapt to whatever they might like to do, which is different for everybody.
Amazing. And I'm curious about the Starchi token a little bit more. As you launch the game and have more functionalities and financial products in the game, how else will the Starchi token be integrated in?
Yeah, so the Starchi token, you can also, you level up your characters by nurturing them and taking care of them. You prepare them for these friendly battle leagues. So you get your Starchi ready, you decide which one you're going to battle against, and then you pay a small fee in that's Starter token, to put up the battle. And then the winner of that battle gets 85% of the start fee back, 5% are burned, and 10% are go elsewhere. So there's that, as well as leaderboards. So most active Starchi collector, best taken care of Starchi, least taken care of Starchi. There's a lot of different ways that you can top leaderboards to be able to earn more ELIXIR in-game rewards.
Very exciting. Yeah, I'm excited to see how that plays out when the game launches. I'll definitely try it out. And with the Starchis as well, are they NFTs, or is there a way to extract value from the game and have other marketplaces, or is it all built inside of the Starchi ecosystem?
So yes, every single Starchi is an NFT. So the better you take care of it, the more valuable it is. And then you can trade and exchange that in the local marketplace. Something at Starchi and Starter, we're constantly innovating. We listen to our community to take into their feedback into what we do and how we develop. So down the line, whether it could be tradable in other games or potentially partnerships with other NFT games, definitely something that will be considered.
Very cool. And where do you see the adoption of these kind of games going? And in terms of blockchain and NFT related games of this type moving into the mainstream and being adopted by teens and children that don't necessarily know anything about finance, but it intrigued them?
I think it's almost like an on-ramp, honestly. The development of NFTs, the connection with gaming and GameFi, because you got to understand, people understand gaming. I have young nieces and nephews that play all of these games all the time, but they're not earning money for it. So they've got the concept of the game and how to interact with on-the-go games, even, on mobile and on the iPad. So I think as far as NFTs being valuable, when they play their games, there are skins they can buy. It's left there in the game, not worth anything once they spend their money on it. It's done. With an NFT and explaining the concept of how now your skin is valuable and can be traded when you're done with it and you want that next new skin, your buddy might want yours and you can trade it, exchange it, get something else for it. So it's not a very difficult concept to comprehend, I think, even for a child, because a lot of them are already playing similar games that are not on, that are not with cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. So I think it'll be a great way for children, people of all ages, to get into it, to understand that now these digital assets are actually valuable. They're not just going to go away when I shut my game off. They're still earning me money, or they're still worth something. Yeah,
I think there's that tipping point when you've played the game and you have those assets and all of a sudden it turns into real money and you're like, wow, actually that seemed like it was a lot more worth my time than the video games that I've been playing for the last 20 years.
Right, exactly. You still have something of value when it's all done. And
Amazing.
To decide how you want to use it instead of some corporation gaining all the profits from you having already paid for it.
For sure. And obviously that's a huge incentive to continue playing these play to earn games because you're earning. But in terms of Starchi and I know you mentioned that your team has a long-term vision. If you're looking, 5 to 10 years down the road, there's probably going to have to be some reinventing that's going on as the NFT and blockchain gaming space evolves really quickly. But what do you see as one of those key factors to success and retention of the Starchi community and the players?
A big part, we have secured quite a few major partnerships that are helping us reach gamers in the biggest gaming regions like Asia, Philippines, Malaysia. So I think staying connected with the most important regions is one. Continuing to evolve, as I mentioned before, adapting and iterating our product, making sure that we're listening to our community and giving them what they want and not everything that we want. It's not all about the developers and the team. It's not. It's about everybody that's playing the game. Everything we do is with our players and gamers' experience in mind. We want them to be able to get the most that they can out of this, and not just financially huge, of course, but also as the experience of playing and enjoying the playtime, bringing nostalgia back from the Tamagotchi era, and then also active within the community itself on Telegram. And we've got so much going on in there. We've got 24/7 moderator coverage, so everybody is constantly asking questions. As soon as we announce a new announcement, they're feeding into that, and it's exciting. It's more to it than just you playing your game. There's this whole community of people that are talking about it, playing with it, and sharing their experience together. And I think that's a big part of how we will keep this as a long-term game and continue to be relevant, because there's so much more to it, and it doesn't end here. What you see today in the game is different from what you'll see in a year in this game. There's a lot of developments going on behind the scenes that will only continue to evolve with time.
Definitely. Well said, Angela, and I completely agree. I've played online games where you have strong communities, and those communities, if you play the game enough, it feels like a family. And so when they get excited about something, so that's really great to hear. For the viewers that are interested in following along for the launch of the game, what's the best way to find out exactly when that's going to happen, when it does?
The very best way is jumping on Telegram and following Official Starchi. It's t.me/Official Starchi. All of the announcements are going to hit first on our announcements channel, so that's Starchi Announcements, t.me/Starchi Announcements. And everything we release, you'll hear it there first. So definitely follow along.
Very cool. Well, I will look into the staking because I know that's already live right now, and the ELIXIR token, and I'll be following along for the upcoming launch of the game. All the best for that. And until then, let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you so much. Follow along. Let us know if you need anything, and feel free to contact me. Thank you. Thanks for having me.